Alright, so here's my fourth eBay video, or YouTube video I should say, for eBay products. You can also sell these kinds of things on Etsy and potentially Amazon if you brand your own product. You'd have to look into it on Amazon though, they're more strict than the other two, so make sure you're not breaking any of the rules. Either which way I started off is basically about selling stuff you can find out in nature, just sitting around, turning into cash. First of all, there's pressed dried leaves. They sell like crazy around fall. It's like the big wedding time for some reason. I don't know what the big deal is with that. Fall and spring, I suppose, is really... You'd think summer would be big too, but it's just not as big for weddings for some reason. I used to sell these all the time when I was a kid. Anyway, basically you can get a decent amount of money for these things. You can get for $100, you make $12.50, so after shipping and everything you're profiting about 8 cents per leaf. And you can just press them in like an old phone book or any type of large book, any textbook, whatever. Just throw them in there and press them and wait a month or so, and then they'll be all dry and ready to go. Just count out 100 and package them up individually. Or you can be like this guy who sells 500 for $150. Let's go see what some of the completeds are first, so we're not getting an off, I don't know the words I'm looking for. Getting an accurate sample here. This is the middle of winter right now, so basically there's not going to be too many that's sold. But essentially these things are sold for weddings. That's going to be the big thing. So you're going to want to have wedding decorations in your title. That's definitely what you're going to want in there. You also might want to have like craft supplies or card making in there, because that's another thing they use them for. And yeah, it's just like stuff like this. Get 102 maple leaves, press them out, and this guy sold them for $28.99. That's pretty crazy. That's like 30 cents a leaf. Either which way, it's just that simple. You just press them, wait for them to dry, and then you have a product to sell. And it doesn't cost anything, unless you have to buy like cheap books from Goodwill or something to press them in. Alright, after that we got pine cones. You just sell random types of pine cones. It's better if you know like what kind of tree they're from. Basically figure out which types you have around you, then come back here and just kind of size them up and look at other people's listings. They'll have the same types you have, almost for sure. So just search through and find one on here that looks just like yours, then you can look at their title and it'll probably tell you what it is. So that's an easy way to identify them. But either which way, these things sell pretty good too. A good way to make extra money doing this is to go ahead and paint them. Get some spray paint and just spray paint them like metallic colors. People just eat those up for craft supplies. I don't know why else people buy them. Let's see what the titles are. I forgot. It's been so long since I sold stuff like this. Oh yeah, for home decor, some people buy them for like scents. You get like scented pine cones. You just put scented pine cones in there. Usually don't even smell, but people buy them anyway. I don't understand. Either which way, people give you money for this stuff, and you can just go out and find it laying around, and you could even sell it and then go pick them up afterwards if you don't want to box them up and keep them laying around. Don't have much storage space. It's a great product to sell. You can just go get it whenever it sells, essentially, unless it's middle of winter or something. And next we have aquarium structure. I didn't look at this one before I made this video, but basically what you'd be looking for here is like this, like a piece of driftwood. You get ridiculous amounts of money for driftwood. It has to be like, generally you have to find it on one of the Great Lakes though, or by like an ocean beach or something. I don't know what it is. The driftwood that's around like smaller lakes, it's just not as quality. It's not like, I don't want to say petrified, but it's not preserved the correct way. It's not preserved the same way that it is around a Great Lake or an ocean. I don't know what the big difference is. It's definitely not just the salt, because I mean the Great Lakes. That's a big place to get them around here. But I mean, yeah, just a 20-inch by 10-inch by 8-inch piece of driftwood, and they sell for $50 all day. Go see some of the completed listings. And then if you find like, it's crazy how much petrified wood sells for. That's that crap they get off the bottom of the Great Lakes. They bring up these 10,000-year-old logs. I don't know if they're 10,000 years old, but either which way, they're worth thousands of dollars. Like every log's worth a couple $100,000. Just have to have the right cranes and stuff to get them. And I don't think you can chop them up either, because the reason they're so valuable is people make like tables and shit out of them. So yeah, that's a big thing there. And then you can just find like random types of rocks. If you can find a pile of the same type of rock, you can just figure out what type of rock that is listed on eBay. You'll generate, even for just like the randomest rocks out there that have really no value, if you have a big pile of the same ones and you have a name to it, people pay you like I'd say at least $8 a pound, probably more like 10 or 12 by now. And for some of the rare rocks out there, you can get it's just crazy how much people pay for rocks in general. I was just shooting low there, so just figure out what type you got, look it up on eBay, and type in the name and go to completed listings and see what the green ones are. Those are the ones that sold. That's how you figure out how to price your item. And how in demand it is, of course, because the more green there is, the more often it sells. So there you go. Then another one is acorns. That was always a big seller for me. I used to have I didn't have one, but I wanted to build one of these. Just like convert one of them old push lawnmowers into a thing that could pick up the acorns for you, so you don't have to sit there and do it all by hand. If you had one of those, you could fill up a 22-pound box in 10-15 minutes. It's crazy. But if you're doing it by hand, I mean, you're only looking at filling one of those boxes like every hour, maybe every half hour. But still, look at how much they go for. They go for like $36 a box. But you got to figure this box is going to be about $15 to ship minus eBay fees. You're only looking at like a $15 profit there. But I mean, still, you're getting paid like 15 to 30 bucks an hour to pick up acorns. It's a lot better than working at McDonald's, you know. Either which way. Next one will be black walnuts. These things sell basically any type of nut that just grows wildly around you. You can even find the crap ones that just fall on the ground and they're no good to you, but people feed them to their livestock. People use them to bait in wild game, to bring in like birds, or depends on what type of nut it is, of course, but there's just all kinds of uses for these things. So just figure out what type of nut you have, plot them together in the pounds, and just check out eBay to see how much they're selling for. And there you go, another product to sell that you basically get for free. You just put in your time and you get a product out of it. And all these things you're looking at, you're pretty much going to be making like 20, 30 bucks an hour minimum. It's just about how it plays out anyway. And yeah, here's driftwood again. That was something we already kind of looked into for the aquarium structure. Oh yeah, that's a key to selling that stuff. Like the driftwood, you got to call it aquarium structure. Otherwise, nobody's going to find it. Nobody's going to see it. Nobody's going to care. I don't know why people just don't go out and find a stick for themselves, but either which way. If they want to pay you for it, just go ahead and take the money. Yeah, if you live by the ocean too, seashells sell for like ridiculous amounts of money. It's just crazy how much they sell for, especially if you get lots like that. And I mean, you could go find a bunch of like tourist kids or something and just pay them like, I don't know, penny a piece or a few cents each, and just make sure that you're getting a good deal on them. Because you can turn around and sell them by like $200 for say $9.99, and if you're paying them a penny a piece, that only costs you $2 for $200. So I mean, you're gonna make like $4 or $5 off of that, but you save all your time too. You don't put any time into going to find these things. And plus, you're helping out some tourist kid. He gets to go buy a souvenir or something. So whatever. Either that, or else just, you know, you can pay anybody really to do it. Pay them by the hour. That's the real way to do it. Pay them $10 an hour, because as long as they're in the right area and shells are abundant enough, fact is you're going to be making a lot more than that off of what you sell. But you got to understand, it takes time to sell these things. Certain types of shells sell faster, etc. Like this type here, these tiny white cup shells, those are just all over in Florida on the beaches. I remember seeing them when I was a kid. And yeah, $6.99 for 1,000 of them, I guess. But I mean, you got to figure you could pick up 1,000 of those in probably 5-10 minutes. And 18 of these have sold over the course of, let's see how long it's taken. You want to always check into stuff like that. Like 18 have sold. I don't see a time. I don't remember what the time is. I haven't been selling much on eBay at all lately, so I'm rusty. It looks like... I don't know, but I'm guessing this hasn't been up for more than a month. It might be good till canceled though, so this could have been up for like, who knows how long. Could have been a year it took to sell all those. But still, at a price like that, where it's $6.99 for 1,000, like crafters are gonna eat that up. They love stuff like that. Perfect for their God only knows what, making cards or little jewelry or whatever. All kinds of stuff people can do. But either which way, there's just some of the examples of stuff you can just wander out, walk into the woods, or walk to a lake and start picking up and turn around and make some really good money off of it. Way to make money off of nothing is another example. Anyway, best wishes and happy money making.